And welcome back. And we left off last time in round 134 in Shadow Empire, where we got 8 decisions waiting us. Gained burned earth. Okay. Assuming that's a strat card of some sort.
Roger that.
These are starting to come down in price, but they're still a little bit expensive. Staff Council's the only one I'm really interested in right now.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Minor Worker Strike.
Roger
Yeah, we can use military force and succeed. Upgraded town. 2 towns, 4 upgrade. I'll probably do the cheaper one.
Yes, sir.
Which is Gallia.
Copy that.
So we'll go over to Gallia and we'll say your new town, or you're just improved your town, so
Copy
go
that.
expand your trade office, please. Nomad Trader is offering ammunition. Yep, we'll buy it. And VP wise, we're at 48.7. Oh, I think I know what Scorched or Burnt Ground is. That's profile? Yeah. I can now command the raising of zones, which is not something I'm going to do. Notice right now we're not actually at war with the slavers. The slavers are just at war with Lumbercillo over here. So basically, as long as we don't have to fight guys to take hexes, we can take hexes off of them for sort of intimidation factor. That of course causes the slavers to lose opinion with us, but the slavers have more important things right now, so a little bit of loss of opinion is not really going to change anything.
Formation.
Mission successful.
Okay, we just took that hex. Got that guy surrounded. Keeping our northward drive going pretty well. We may... We know these guys are at war with each other, I think. We may be able to get to a position where we can surround the city fairly easily here with our trucks. Which would then allow us to take the city. And to be fair, taking the city probably would give us the win. Okay, maybe not a good sign if our roads are yellow, so yeah, we are at the point where we need to build a supply depot and or build new cities up here. At least in some of these short front areas. 4v1.
Going in.
If reconnaissance is accurate, we may win.
Mission successful.
Okay, so traffic signs. So at that point, we're at 200 basically. So go back up the road a bit. 150 something. Yeah, the branching here is causing increased cost. That's maybe not too much of a problem if we got range either way. Okay, so here is where probably want to go ahead and build the supply
Copy
base. And this was almost certainly receiving supplies from Keats, so Keats needs its truck
Yes,
station
sir.
improved. And we probably want to improve the one out of Evanspire.
Affirmative.
And then we're on building roads, so we're going to want more road here. And this is probably going to be a place where we do a fork. We're getting up on Tundra, apparently. Interesting. Okay, build a road there. Build a road that's going to fork left. How much is Tundra? Tundra is about as bad as desert, apparently. Yeah, it's about as bad as desert. Road-wise, down south. Yeah, that's probably good. That one road will work. We'll go ahead and seal that up. Doesn't need to be as heavily used anymore, but we'll seal it up anyway. Then, how did our construction look over the turn? We finished a railhead, which is good to know. So that should help logistics getting into the area better. That set of buildings proceeded as planned. How much construction points I send out for my building? Okay, so we don't want to expand construction more than we already have. So let's cycle the turn. Oh, actually, I got some political power. What do I want to spend all this political power on? Lowest opinion leader is gonna looks like 74, so don't need to do it for opinion reasons. What does my reserve pool look like? We have 1 cap 2 guy in it. Let's grab another Spec Ops guy quickly. And then we'll just call that good for the turn. Yeah. Well, we can see that the two majors, Podium 2 and Podium 3, are in fighting with each other. Which in a way means that we're basically going to be able to benefit from them punching each other in the face. Killed 100 infantry, lost 100 infantry, have 5 decisions. I think that was heavy industry finished. Yep. Okay, so either water soil recomposition or hydroponics. Let's do hydroponics.
Yes,
Well, I don't need heavy helicopters, at least not until I get rockets. Minor city upgrade, city upgrades, both to minor. I actually have the political power to do that, so I'm gonna do that.
Roger that. Copy that.
So that was pasture. Can get
Roger
bureaucratic
that.
office expanded. Was it you? No, you're already building it. It's a different one. It's you. Nope. No. This is what I get for not memorizing what I read. So you're 3. I don't think it was the... Might have been the capital. I don't think it was the capital. No. I'm confused. This is an archive. Glacia. It's pasture and Glacia. Ah, you hiding in the bottom there? Oh, you were still upgrading to 3. That's why it didn't... that makes sense. Trying to figure out why I'm not able to do an upgrade in a city where I'm pretty sure I checked, and the answer is, well, it's currently capped. Do I have troops missing? It looks like it, yeah. Lose any... I didn't lose a truck. Okay. And those are the old crappy armor in the HQ, which I should scrap.
Roger that.
Okay, how is our construction going? We finished a bunch of stuff. So the industry in Galatia probably wants to continue to be expanded.
Copy that.
And you're still 3, so we're not going to be able to expand. Truck station in the ruins. Honestly, now that we're pulling these guys out of here, it probably doesn't need to be upgraded anymore. Supply base should be.
Copy that.
And then everything else is the quality of life in Kevinspire. This is a level 3 town, so we want it to be like 250 to 300 on all of these. This is all going to gain 100 next turn. That's going to put it so that we want more health, education, and entertainment. Health, education, entertainment. And then obviously you want to keep driving here. Can if we want to take, or if we can, we want to, as far as taking the city goes. So, we want to continue to apply pressure. Hope to get there faster.
Going in. Mission successful.
Well, those are nomads. Okay, take that Hex and then we'll probably stop trying to poke the nomads. Depending on how diplomacy goes with the nomads are usually pretty safe border. So if we free guys up to push towards more harmful territory, we should do that.
Going in. Mission successful.
We're gonna have to cross the desert at some point, so we'll just put the road across the desert there. So I'm surprised that we don't have the attack capacity for the guys on the south.
Going in. Mission successful.
There we go, got them to surrender anyway. Pile in from all 6 sides and hope to get lucky.
Going in. Mission successful.
Okay. Whether that was luck or skill, you leave that up to the men to make the decision. I didn't check to see how scary the local xenofauna was on that particular unit. And some of them are quite scary, so... May have been luck, it may have been skill, who knows? I didn't bother to check. Okay, so we're pushing there. I think we've already moved up, right? Yeah, pretty much. Unless we're willing to start shooting. These guys are all moved, yes. Done the west. Done that center bit. Can we extend the road? Can. Not by much, but by some. South of the mountain, north of the mountain. I think north of the mountain is probably the way I want to go. And again, we are trying to get to the city if we can, because if we take that city, I think that definitely will make us win. If we don't win before we get there, anyway. Yeah, this should give us more range, so these guys should get supply next turn. With that, let's go to that next turn. Killed 100 walkers and lost 20 infantry, or lost 200 infantry. Get 5 decisions. Apparently had a dome breach and some abductions. And we've discovered deep core mining. Which is the way to get fuel. And we got another holographic Freud. You want portraits in schools. You know, I'll accept meritocracy, which is suppress autocracy, to gain fist.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
I think we're probably doing the next round of infantry upgrades, so let's do probably the armor over the guns. Do the combat armor.
Affirmative.
Understood.
So we had slavers. I forgot to check and see if that was the slavers. Probably was those slavers. All things considered. March westward appears to be still going well. Albeit suffering from us having to devote more and more guys to simply holding the line. The old annoyance of guys getting on my road. Violate a little bit of nomad land to get rid of this one last non-aligned guy. I wouldn't be surprised if I do need to turn around in a bit and try to provide some sort of picket force to keep nomads from taking my territory, but at the moment I think we're fine. Yes, there's a decent possibility we're not going to get that town. We are now functionally in contact with it. So if it looks particularly weak one turn, we could declare and pounce on it and try to break it in a surprise attack. Oh, and we don't need these guys down anymore, so we can pull them back out. Well, I need them down there if we're going to go to war with that major, but at this point we're probably not. It's just not going to, so... $49.9. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and end the game this stream. What's the construction looking like? Finished bureaucratic offices and keeps. Okay. To be a little bit more likely that we win, I don't need these colonists right now, so we're just going to deposit all my colonists as population in the capital. They'll start to recover, so if I do need to colonize someplace later, we'll have them, but that'll increase the likelihood we're over 50%. Victory point-wise. We have 7 decisions. And apparently I won. So simply the act of depositing all those colonists in the capital was enough to give us the victory. So that is technically victory. Yeah, I guess I deposited enough population in the capital to raise populace score enough to get us up to 51%. So that's victory. We won.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we'll hire a candidate. Nope.
Order acknowledged.
I don't need to be at war with people. We just won.
Understood.
Understood.
And we'll reward all the cities by upgrading them.
Order acknowledged.
Okay, so we won. That's victory. We've got 51 victory score. We've got the number of cities with that number of people. Apparently, dropping the 50,000 people in the capital was enough to move it from the third largest city to the largest city. But we've basically got 3 cities sitting around 200,000. So we've well over 1 million people by the looks of it. Not wanting to do math on stream, we can go ahead and find myself. I believe the overview here should tell me how many people I have. Economy details? Economy details. So there we go. We've got 1.4 million people living in our nation, of which 300,000 work for the government. And then I think, not including that population score, is also the free folk, which is another 151,000. You can see all our assets. We were starting to improve quality of life, which is why we have hospitals, universities, and barracks and stuff down here. And apparently our civilians like to farm, yeah. Farming dome communities. It's a common civilian asset. Wow, long shot. I'm gonna look at some stats as well. So, this is all things across all the nations, total troops. That's casualties sustained, so we can see. Is that the Hansa? No, that's probably Panzerstein. Or maybe it is the Hansa. Maybe that's why it flatlines, as the Hansa dies. The Tongino Nation, that was the Theocrats. Lambrastello in orange is the other major. We're actually Widowstake, so we... If you go back to episodes 2, 3, and 4, you'll recognize we didn't have the hottest beginning, right? So we take off to an early casualty lead, and then through the magic of diplomacy, we stem that bleeding, swing from basically last to first, and then we versus the 2 majors that end up being on the podium, right? We're still ahead until around about turn 100, right? So until about 2/3 of the game and losing people. But we're definitely losing them at a lower rate once those guys start really getting a move on. And then casualties inflicted. Oh yeah, both of them are inflicting more casualties. I'm conquering the world through the magic of diplomacy. They're conquering the world through the magic of bullets. And diplomacy is apparently faster than bullets. Zone populace. This is going to only show my zones. So we can see our capital here goes up, goes down, starts to go back up again. And then right at the end, it bops up a bunch because there are a bunch of colonists in it. We negotiate the first one over, the second one over, the third one over, the fourth one over. Colonize a place, negotiate the 5th one over, 6th one over, or yeah, the 6th one over. This is the one we conquered, so I conquered that one, and then we negotiate the last one over, and then I colonize 2 more places. And you can see the colonized places are pretty small. They don't really have the civilian economy going for them, and I'm not doing anything necessarily to throw money at that civilian economy to get them going faster. There are definitely ways that you can do that more aggressively than I was. Troops. Regular militia. Okay, so we can basically see this is... We start with some militia, we lose it all, have to swap it over to professional because I'm at war with everyone. And then I negotiate the first guy over, negotiate more people, and the militia just starts going up and up and up and up. Most of it's regular because you get most of your experience from fighting, and fighting tends to get militia killed. Though we do get a decent number of seasoned ones near the end. Sitting around 60,000 seasoned ones here at the end. You can even get a few veteran. We get up to 20,000 veterans. Which ends up being basically the size of the professional force at the end. And the professional force basically spends the entire time green. Some of them get them to regular, apparently, but most of the time they're spending it green. Too much time shooting and not enough time leveling up. Yeah, and you can see the bad... If you remember from some of the earlier parts where I was drafting the population and not realizing that the only people showing up for the draft were all the workers working the truck stations, that's what those two hunger spikes are. The 2 times I drafted and screwed up all of the basically hunger, or the supply deploying. And we got the militia presented, so the militia is once we start diplomatizing people, the militia grows up to be a much larger portion of the army. And it was at the beginning, and it just kind of declined as we got the original ones chewed up and then covered when we did negotiations. Yes, and you can see once we get, I think that was the ammo manufactory, ammo just starts going off to the moon. And yeah, I think once we got, you can probably see, you guys see that in the manpower, right? So around 50, or not manpower, military stats. Around turn 60 is where we integrate our first friend. And you can see that's where all our stats start going up. Basically, we were having a really bad day until diplomacy saved us. Casualties. Before turn 60, we were taking lots of casualties. Then the casualties died off. And then we had some turns here where we were apparently taking quite a bit. I think that was probably against the survivor AIs, to be fair. Probably the turns we were attacking the survivor AIs. Creative tech level. Yeah, you can see one of them actually died, so their tech level went away. And yeah, why we were having a bad start, we were the behind in tech, and then once we started the magic of diplomacy, our tech started to catch back up. Started to catch back up, and we did end up in the end. I think it's the tech leader. Obviously, I had to expand the bureaucracy to that, so we ended up as the bureaucracy leader. Our civilization never caught up. I was in the process of doing the stuff to fix it, but that's why our civilization's behind. And comparative victory, around turn 60, where I'd start succeeding at diplomacy, is where we go from last to first, and then once we're in first, we're just more and more and more and more in first until we hit 50% where we win. And, oh, that's going to be all our zones, so that's going to be... We already looked at that one. Most of the zones are reasonably happy. Not... At a certain point, I stopped really caring too much about zone happiness, as long as it was over 50, so everything stayed there. Okay. And with that, I hope if you are watching this far, you have been enjoying the series, because this is where the series ends. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see for the next series, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll probably go ahead and post a post to Reddit saying that the series is done and asking for suggestions for the next one. Obviously, as is the case of the last series, I'll go ahead and put a slight hiatus between this series and the next one in Shadow Empire, where I go play a different game just to keep some variety up on the channel. I believe this was actually the 4th part of the stream. So if you're watching YouTube, There won't be another part up tomorrow. We just finished the game. The game is done. Obviously, I need to give everyone time to catch up and make comments on this video and or the Reddit post, asking them what they want for their next stream. Though 4 days from now will be whatever I decide the game will be that will be replacing this one temporarily. So, if you're watching YouTube, expect there to be a game up tomorrow. Just it won't be Shadow Empire because we just finished this run of Shadow Empire, and I'm not going to go pounding right back into another one right away. If you're watching on Twitch, again, look forward on the schedule. You can see what games are up. Tomorrow will be Factorio. The day after that will be The Long Dark. The day after that will be Against the Storm. And I don't know what the game replacing this one will be is. But hopefully in 4 days will be enough time for me to figure out what I want to play. So, until the next stream, or until the next stream you watch, I wish you all good luck and a good time. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.